Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we have Week 10 NFL Power Rankings. So, going over last week's rankings and what those teams did in Week 9. Last week at number 10, I had the 49ers. They were on a bye. 9 was the Titans. They lost to the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in overtime by a score of 20-17. 8 was the Giants. They were on a bye. 7 was the Seahawks. They beat the Cardinals 31-21. 6 was the Cowboys. They were also on a bye. 5 was the Ravens. They easily beat the Saints on Monday Night Football, winning 27-13. 4 was the Vikings. They beat the Commanders 20-17. 3 was the Chiefs. They beat the Titans on Sunday Night Football 20-17. 2 was the Eagles. They beat the Texans on Thursday Night Football, winning 29-17. And 1 was the Bills, who lost to the Jets by a score of 20-17. So this week's rankings, coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with the Jets. So I thought about a few teams here at 10. I opted to go with the Jets because they're coming off a good win over one of the best teams in the NFL and the Bills. I also thought about the 49ers, keeping them there because they didn't play, so obviously they couldn't do anything to lose that spot or gain that spot. I felt the Jets win was that good, especially playing against the Bills, who are one of the best teams in the NFL. And then I also thought about the Titans here, but I decided to drop them just outside the top 10 to 11 or 12 after their loss to the Chiefs. But I mean, it really wasn't a bad loss when you look at it, because they lost by 3 points in overtime to one of the league's best teams with their backup quarterback. But I decided to go with the Jets after their big win over the Bills. They ran the football well. The defense was good, picking off Josh Allen twice, and Zach Wilson had a good bounce-back performance. The Jets come in at number 10. Number 9 is the Dolphins. So they re-enter my top 10 at number 9 after they had a good win over the Bears. They also added some key players during the trade deadline to make them serious contenders, like Bradley Chubb and Jeff Wilson. Now, their defense was concerning against the Bears as they gave up 32 points to a not great Bears offense, although the Bears offense has been better lately. But the Dolphins offense is also really good. Tua and Tyreek Hill have a great connection, as Tyreek Hill had another great game with 7 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown. So the Dolphins enter at number 9. 8 is the Giants. They did not play, and they're remaining at number 8. And the Giants could really be a serious contender in the NFC because the NFC is not very deep, and they should easily be 8-2 with their next 2 games against the Lions and Texans. At number 7, we have the Seahawks. So they had another good win, this time over the Cardinals, giving them the season sweep of their division rival. Geno Smith had another great game, throwing for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's been great so far this season. And the Seahawks, they look like they're true contenders, and they currently lead the NFC West and might even end up winning the division. Who knows? So, Seahawks at 7. Number 6, we have the Cowboys. They were on a bye. So, obviously, they didn't play. They remain number 6. And they have 2 road games upcoming in Green Bay and in Minnesota. 5 is the Ravens. So, they were dominant on Monday Night Football, beating the Saints, as they easily got the 27-13 win. The defense was good. Roquan Smith made his Ravens debut, and the defense didn't blow a lead this time, as they only allowed 13 points. And the offense was good once again, and they did not have any trouble without Lamar Jackson's go-to tight end Mark Andrews. Up next for the Ravens is a bye week in Week 10, so the Ravens enter at number 5. Number 4 is the Vikings. They had a close game against the Commanders. They used a late field goal to get the win, and have now won 6 in a row. But they do have a tough stretch where we're going to find out a lot about the team, where they play the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Patriots, so that is going to be very difficult for even some of the best teams. And the Vikings, they come in at number 4. Number 3 is the Bills. They're falling to 3 after their loss against the Jets. They weren't that good. Josh Allen wasn't great either, throwing 2 interceptions. But the more concerning thing for the Bills is Josh Allen has an elbow injury. He has an injury to his UCL and other nerves in his throwing elbow. But reports say he should be able to play against the Vikings. And that is a game the Bills definitely need to win against another good team to get a bounce-back win over another good team. So, the Josh Allen news is definitely something to keep an eye on. The Bills fall from number 1 to number 3 after their loss to the Jets, and they come in at number 3. Number 2 is the Chiefs. So they didn't have the greatest performance against the Titans, but they won because Patrick Mahomes was outstanding. He threw 68 pass attempts, completing 43 of them for 446 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He also had 6 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown, and he was huge for the Chiefs in the win. Whenever they needed a big play, he would come up with a big-time throw or a big scramble, and he was really the reason they beat the Titans on Sunday Night Football. Now, the Chiefs' run defense was concerning, as they allowed 172 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. They were able to get the win against the Titans on Sunday Night Football, and they move up to number 2 in my power rankings. And coming in at number 1, we have the Eagles. So they reclaimed the top spot after they're off to a franchise record 8-0 start. And now the only thing for the Eagles is they really haven't beaten anyone, because they beat the Lions by 3, then they beat Kirk Cousins in primetime, then they beat the Commanders, Jaguars, then Cardinals, Steelers, and Texans. So no really good teams. I mean, I still think the Eagles are a great team and a Super Bowl contender up to this point. Which, I mean, the best teams are going to win all those games. Now, the good teams, they're probably going to lose 1 or 2 of those games. Now, for the question for the Eagles is, when will they lose? So, I mean, that's a good question to have for the Eagles. And they come in at number 1. So, those are my Week 10 NFL Power Rankings. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my power rankings, disagree, and why. I do my best to post as often as possible. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any other upcoming videos. And I will see you in the next video.